everybody, I'm Stephanie Beaumont. Welcome to The Wave, your weekly dose of Did You Know and What's on the Go from around Atlantic Canada, brought to you by the East Coast Curator and propelled today by coffee and kindness. That's right, it's Thanksgiving weekend, so we are hunkered down at home, and I'm happy to report that my cup is full of coffee that was roasted by Java Blend in Halifax, specifically for the Kiwi Cafe, and given to me by my great pals at the municipality of Chester, so I'm very grateful to them for that, and grateful to Kimberly Dixon, the one and only. We spent a great day in New Glasgow. CNBC TV was there, and she gave us this mug to remember the day, and every time I hold on to it, I think of it. And also, the artist that made this mug, it's so beautiful, Carrie Allen. She taught us how to do pottery, but nothing is near as beautiful as this. And I want to say, it's giving me an idea for an upcoming collection on the East Coast Curator. But right now, we are curating a collection of pumpkins. That's right. If you make it or display it, we want to see it. From porches to patches, jewelry to stairwells to centerpieces. I just want you to tag us at East Coast Curator, and we'll be sure to share your shots with the rest of the world. Our collection of leaves, by the way, is growing big time. You can look at both of those collections on the site. I just love autumn in Atlantic Canada. There's so much fun to be had. And that's a perfect segue as we make our way around the region. Our first stop is Prince Edward Island, where there's a brand new fall-infused festival on the go. And it's happening for the very first time in the seaside city of Charlottetown. That's right, the Scarecrows in the City Festival kicked off on Friday, October the 9th, and will run all the way through to Sunday, October the 18th. There's over 100 installations on street corners and shop windows. The great team at Discover-Charlottetown has really come up with an awesomely autumnal celebration that includes live music, haunted ghost walks, wine tastings, harvest dinners, and so much more. If you can get yourself to Prince Edward Island, you best take it in. I just know it's going to be a fall tradition around Atlantic Canada. And you know, while we are on Prince Edward Island, I've got to tell you about three of its most talented singer-songwriters who are uniting for one marvelous evening of music. It's called Saltwater Songs and unites Catherine MacLellan, Rachel Beck, and Tim Chaisson in a songwriter in the round style tour. With dates already announced in New Brunswick, they're set to play the Imperial Theatre in St. John on Friday, October the 23rd, and then they'll travel to Fredericton for a show at the Playhouse on Saturday, October the 24th. They've got another date in New Brunswick, that one in Moncton on Friday, November the 20th, and they promise there's going to be lots more tour dates, so be sure to stay tuned for those. And if you'd like to purchase tickets for the shows already announced, you can go to saltwatersongspei.com. And while we're in New Brunswick, we best tell you about Festival 506. That's right, Musique New Brunswick is getting set for their annual celebration. They're taking it all online this year. Nominees have been declared in all categories, and there's still time for you to vote for your favorite until Thursday, October the 15th. The winners will be announced during Festival 506. It runs October 22nd through the 25th, and you can purchase your passes to musical performances or get in on all the wonderful workshops and conference sessions too. All you need to do is hit musicnb.org and enjoy the best of the best from that province. All right, let's head to Nova Scotia now for the tastiest film festival news. That's right, our friends at Devour, the Food Film Festival, are getting set for their 10th installment. Known around the world, this incredibly yummy festival is held in Wolfville, Nova Scotia every October, as they have for the past 9 years. And while travel restrictions may mean changes to the way things were done in the past, organizers are determined to deliver Devour, the Food Film Festival to as many folks as they can. So they're in-person screenings and workshops and sessions and things like that. They'll be a little bit smaller, but there'll also be a virtual component too. There are over 40 food-related films to be featured, including their gala, which will take place at a drive-in and screen Disney's classically tasty Ratatouille. And how about this year's festival headliner? None other than Somebody Feed Phil's Phil Rosenthal. Oh my goodness. We've got the scoop at eastcoastcurator.com along with a very cool Insta message from Naomi Priestley and Jason Priestley. They're huge fans of the festival and they'll be a part of it again this year. Well, more movie news happening now, this time in Newfoundland and Labrador. The St. John's International Women's Film Festival have moved their 31st annual festival online too. That's all going on October 14th through the 18th with a stellar lineup of short and feature-length films, industry panels, and celebrations. It'll all be delivered digitally with one exception. If you're lucky enough to live in Newfoundland and you can get yourself to St. John's on Saturday, October the 17th, well, head to the Mount Pearl Center because they'll be taking over all 6 cinemas at the Cineplex there for all kinds of film, fun, and festivities. So lucky for them. And hey, and you know what? Speaking of lucky, you look incredibly lucky today, and that's a good thing because we've got free stuff. It's our first ever contest held on the East Coast Curator in celebration of the release of Justin Oakey's incredibly gripping Western noir film called A Fire in the Cold Season. It's available to stream and digitally download, and we're giving away 10 copies now. So head to our website and by all means tune in to see and be seen and heard this week, as our guest will be none other than filmmaker Justin Oakey. We get some inside scoop on the film. We even play First Things First and Insights in 10. It's a wonderful hour. I hope you can tune in. We broadcast on CoveFM here in Nova Scotia, 88.7 FM on your dial, or all around the world at CoveFM.com. Wednesdays at 3 p.m. Atlantic and Sundays at 1 p.m. Atlantic. Hey, and if you're interested, all of our shows are available to stream and download now on iTunes. If you've missed an episode, please do that. And all of our show notes are on our official podcast site at cnbseenandheard.com. That'll just about do it, but just before we go, I want you to know about our Meet the Maker featured this week. It's none other than Kate Melvin of Lure Caramels. I bought this little package for my little sweetheart, the sidekick. Woohoo! Happy Thanksgiving to you. You can enjoy those after the shoot. But Kate makes these incredibly delicious caramels by hand in small batches right here in Nova Scotia. And while I got that package at a shop, you can get your very own online at lurecaramels.com. That's going to do it for this Thanksgiving edition of The Wave. I'm so glad you can join us. If you want details to any of these stories and so much more, go to eastcoastcurator.com. Right now, I will toast to your happy Thanksgiving. Stay safe, be kind, we love you. That's cool.